This brand of ours has a legacy for over 100 years. In 1935, when we had an earthquake in Quetta, and Quetta was completely destroyed, so my family, my grandfather, they all migrated to Karachi. And as time progressed, he opened a small shop on Elphinstone Street. Right now, it's Zebun Issa Street. And that was the only shop, leather goods shop. And he was a person who used to make things with his own hands, and he was a craftsman also and a thorough gentleman. He taught a lot of things to my father, to my uncle and all, who were very young at that time, and they were doing schooling. After the schooling, they joined the family business, and my father and my uncle, they kept on whatever they had, whatever they did was extraordinary. What we saw, what I saw when I used to visit the shop when I was very young, and I used to see things. There was a factory we had, and I used to make things. I used to work with my factory workers, and I used to see how they used to work, and I learned a lot of things from there. And then after finishing my studies in 1972, I joined my family business. I was the first one to join my family business. That time it was just getting to know the product, getting to know the leather, getting to know. That took me quite a lot of time to understand what product and what leather, and how the leather was cut and how the leather was made. I visited the tanneries also, and I used to do a lot of these things. I used to go and buy leather myself to see, to get the feel, because slowly and steadily this was it was really, I was enjoying my business. When I used to sit with my father and all, he used to always tell me that we were the first ones to start and doing embossing in Pakistan. There was a file, and I used to study those files relating to 1940s and 50s and 60s, when they used to do corresponding with the foreign companies. At that time, all the hardware was imported from Germany, from England, and from Switzerland. And buckles, that time, there was Australian company. We used to get buckles from them. They used to visit us at that time. That time I was very much involved in business, and then I started to think about branding this business of ours, how to brand this business. Since things were changing, the accessories were being introduced, good quality fittings were used. So I had this in mind to brand the product. So slowly we started to brand the product. We made a logo. We started printing a logo on the wallets, on small items. Then not knowing that how will customers react to this. There was a reaction in primarily on the in the beginning. People used to feel that why is this marking on there? I said, this is the brand, and we have a marking on. So no, you write it inside. I said, well, we had to force this in, and it took some time, but it happened. So we made boxings, and we designed boxes. We designed cloth bags also. So this branding concept was in action, and it was paying off. As customers, they started slowly liking it, and it was before the name of the shop that we all started from was Jafarji and Company. Then as time progressed, my father decided, and he discussed with all of us, that we should have another place in Karachi only, because going outside Karachi was completely not even heard of, So we then decided to have a showroom in Clifton area. We sought out a place, we found a place, that place was good, that building is good, still there. And then we changed the name to Jafarji's. And when we opened the showroom in 1990, it took us 3-4 years to build that showroom. And it was a beautiful showroom at that time. And people really used to appreciate because the interior designing was not at all a concept in those days. It was just opening a shop and doing business. But we also wanted to have a classic showroom with doing business also at the same time. We did a lot of good branding. We changed a lot of things. We introduced a lot of logos, different designs of logos, different concepts, different manicured the entire branding into a different phase, and introduced a lot of designs. And then we had visited a lot of fairs outside Pakistan just to see what is happening and how it is happening. As family expanded, we then a decision was made that to have a split, and to families to separate and do their own businesses with the same concept of leather goods. So Jafarji and Company was there, and then Jafarji's that we opened in Clifton was our place where we used to do business. And as time progressed, we did a lot of changes we made. It took us time to settle down in Clifton area because people were still inclined to the Sadr shop, the Elphinstone Street shop. And they used to admire the new concept of designing, but the purchasing was always mostly from Sadr shop. But it took time, and it happened slowly. People started coming in, and we got a good customer base in Clifton also. Later on, we decided to again expand in Karachi only. We opened a showroom on Tariq Road, and then again, when there was a first mall that was opened in Karachi was Park Towers. We had a showroom over there also. That time we were happy handling those 3 showrooms. It was not easy to manufacture products of quality. Manufacturing is very easy, but to make quality products takes a lot of effort and a lot of know-how. So we did that, and as time progressed, in 2008, my son Murtada, he joined us in Jafarji's, and we carried on with this business. And after his induction into our business, a lot of colors were introduced and a lot of concepts were introduced. Business is not only business, but the main thing was the production, the quality of the leather, the selection of the leather, what type of leather are we going to use in what product. So everything had to be learned, and that I was lucky that Murtada would understand very quickly and enjoy this business, since his line of master's line was his line was completely different. He was basically a finance person, but then very soon and very quickly he understood this business of ours, and I had a good partner to carry on with. And as time progressed, we saw for another split. When Murtada joined in 2008, we had it took him some time. He had to learn a lot of things about leather, about the product, about the pricing, and there were so many things. And that time also we were importing a lot of hardware, and we still import hardware because certain hardwares we cannot make locally, we cannot fabricate locally. And as time progressed, we decided that since now we are only in Karachi, so we should expand ourselves into other parts of Pakistan. And slowly and steadily we decided, and we progressed. We opened showrooms in Lahore, in Islamabad, in Faisalabad, and we carried on. And it took time to understand business outside Karachi, but we managed somehow, and we did well. After the expansion of our business apart from Karachi, in different places in different cities of Pakistan, as time progressed, new family members were introduced into our business. With my vast experience and Murtada's know-how and his new ideas, we decided to part ways, and we decided to have our own brand with the name of M. Jafarji's, which carries the legacy of our forefathers.